take all the glory and the honor for what we do. For it's in thy holy, precious name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Mark. Our Lieutenant Commander, Lewis Hopkins, is going to he's going to lead us in the pledges to the flags, and then he's going to read the Sons of Confederate Veterans Charge.
Would y'all please join me in the pledge of allegiance to the American flag? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now we will honor the Texas flag. Honor the Texas
Flag,
I pledge allegiance
to the Texas, one and indivisible.
This is the charge to the sons of the Confederate veterans. To you, sons of the Confederate veterans, we will commit the vindication of the cause for which we fought. To your strength will be given the defense of the Confederate soldier's good name, the guardianship of his history, the emulation of his virtues, the perpetuation of those principles which he loved, and which you love also, to those ideals which made him glorious and which you also cherish. Thank you.
Thank you, Lewis. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Cold day today. I appreciate everybody coming out. Today is Confederate Flag Day. It is also Texas Independence Day. Texas and Texans have always been an integral part of Confederate and American history. Texans have always been the first to answer the call, protecting freedom and liberty when it was in jeopardy. On February 1861, Texas seceded from the Union and joined the Confederate States of America. On the morning of May 6, 1864, during the Battle of the Wilderness, a powerful Union force attacked and threatened to shatter General A.P. Hill's 3rd Corps. General Robert E. Lee was in a quandary and desperately needed to reestablish his troops. Soon thereafter, 3 Texas regiments and 1 Arkansas regiment filed past an overly excited Robert E. Lee. Lee yelled out, "Who are you boys?" The Texas boys replied, "We're Texas boys." Lee waved his hat in the air and yelled, "Hurrah for Texas! Texans always moved them." Soon after, 800 brave Texans opened a thunderous volley on Union General Hancock's ranks, stopping them in their tracks. 2/3 of the 800 Texans lost their lives that day. Texas Independence Day and Confederate Flag Day go hand in hand, in my opinion. To the brave Texans and all the men who sacrificed so much for a cause in which they believe so strongly, I say God bless Texas and God bless Dixie. Remember, folks, it is up to us to continue to forward the charge and continue educating our children about the true history of the Southern cause. Our ancestors suffered immensely, sacrificing everything. On this cold day, we will suffer only a few minutes compared to what our Confederate veterans suffered. I want to thank everyone that's came out today to suffer just a little bit and to memorialize our forefathers. I believe they are looking down today, and I believe they are proud. Thank y'all for coming. We're going to have a reading of our ancestors, followed by a bell volley for each ancestor. These are our camp members and their ancestors and what company and regiments they were in. I'll read a brief piece before there. Fighting half-starved in threadbare clothes, the Confederate soldier was one of the finest warriors to ever take the field of battle in any army, in any war. It is to these men our ancestors, that we celebrate and preserve their history. They are the true Confederate heroes. I will now read the names of our camp members and their Confederate ancestors who fought for the Stars and Bars in the War for Southern Independence. David Noe, Michael Noe, and Robert Noe, ancestor James R. Findley, 34th Texas Cavalry, and William Allred, 5th Texas Partisan Rangers. Camp member Howard Newberry, ancestor Augustus Adcock, 8th Georgia Infantry. Camp members Craig and Charlie Smith, ancestors John Mack, 46th Georgia Volunteer Infantry Regiment, J.B. McCowan, 5th Texas Mounted Volunteers, and Samson McCowan, Hunt County 14th Brigade. John Kirkpatrick, camp member, ancestor James Asa Anderson, 36th Mississippi Infantry. Coda Shaddix, camp member, ancestor William Marion Shaddix, 7th Alabama Cavalry Regiment. Mike Pierce, camp member, ancestor Marion Monroe Pierce, 1st Arkansas Infantry. Patrick Christian, camp member, ancestor James Monroe Peach, 42nd Alabama Infantry. Bobby Wisdom, camp member, ancestor Robert M. Cosby, 15th Texas Cavalry. Franco Askren and cadets Calvin and Cody Askren. Pardon me. Ancestors Luke Woot West Road. He rode with Bloody Bill Anderson and George Washington West, 1st Northeast Missouri Cavalry. Jerry Satterwhite, camp member, J.T. Satterwhite, 19th Texas Infantry. Billy Leroy, camp member, Sylvester Keys, 11th Battalion, Louisiana Infantry Regiment. Lewis Hopkins, camp member, James Thomas Hopkins, 9th Tennessee Cavalry, and P.C. McKee, unknown regiment. Mike Flaherty, camp member, ancestor John Pendleton Flaherty, 9th Virginia Infantry Battalion. Mark Carpenter, camp member, ancestor Richard Carpenter, 10th Louisiana Infantry. Harold Russell, camp member, ancestor David Russey, 3rd Texas Infantry. Anthony Kirkles, camp member, ancestor James B. Monk, 72nd Virginia Militia. Have I left anybody out? I appreciate that. Thank you, John, for that. We're going to have a gun volley, and then we're going to have a reading afterwards by the lieutenant commander. So we'll see if this goes off as planned.
If the police run, we'll run that one.
Are they still over there?
Yeah, they're still over there.
Ready? Aim. Fire! we're going to have a reading by our Lieutenant Commander of our camp, Lieutenant Alexander Cameron Camp. He's going to do a brief reading, then we're going to do a dismissal.
This comes out of a book called I Give You Texas, printed in 1943, I'm sorry. These occasions, as you can imagine, used to be quite larger than the group we have here now. And this is talking about one that took place probably early 1900s. The occasion was the state reunion of Confederate veterans some years back. Everyone present had worn the gray, which is Confederate uniform, or was the son or daughter of a follower of the law's cause. The stars and bars adorned the speaker stand. On one side was a picture of Robert E. Lee, and on the other side, a picture of Jefferson Davis. The band played Dixie, and then the orator of the day was introduced, a high state official. He reached a climax of his orientation in these words: fellow citizens, I am willing to bare my chest to the slangs and errors of those who will disagree with me, but I want to tell you that in my candid judgment, the Confederacy was right. What we have to ask ourselves, are we willing to bare our chest to the arrows to defend the Confederacy and to defend our ancestors? The Confederacy was right. The Confederacy did not fight simply to preserve slavery, but to preserve freedom. Thank you.
Thank you, Lewis. I want to thank everybody for coming out today. It's a little cold. I'm glad God blessed us with no rain this morning, so that's a good thing. We had a pretty good turnout, I think. Until we meet again, God bless Dixie.
God bless Dixie.
I wish I was in the land of
Cotton, old times there are not forgotten. Away, look away, look away, Dixieland.
All right. I was born early on when I was born.
Look away, look away, Dixieland.
I wish I was in
Dixie.
Dixieland.
I'll take my stand and live and die for Dixie.
Look away,
Look
away,
away, I'm tired from Dixie. Ah. Woo!
I appreciate that, Charlie. You definitely had the voice, not us.
I didn't have it this morning.
Hey, you did good. I appreciate that.
Heart, brother.
These proceedings are over.
And the
I
police,
think a few of us are going to meet. I don't know how many, maybe one or two, but we're going to go to Bible Camp and have a beer and a burger. If y'all are wanting to go up there, y'all are welcome to come up there and follow us. So we're going to wrap up a few things and take our flags down, and it'll take a few minutes. So I just want to thank everybody again for coming out.
And remember, we meet the third Monday, Coleman's barbecue down
Yeah.
on Interstate. Everybody's welcome, including good-looking young ladies and
Families, children, friends, anybody you have, tell them to come to our meetings. That's the more we can get, the better off we are. So, thank y'all again.
salute.
He was 22. Yeah, but I traded in my bike, so.